Well, g'day Blues fans, and welcome to another edition of Blue Tube In and Under. Something a little bit different for you today. Rather than House Brothers Oval, we're at the offices of SANFL in the CBD today, the very esteemed high-rise building here that Scott McGlone works in. And welcome to Scott McGlone to Blue Tube today, mate. Thanks for giving us your time in your boardroom.
Righto, no worries. A bit early for me.
Mate, you and me both. Now, Scooter, that leads me on to the fact that when we first got here this morning, I noticed that you hadn't provided us with coffee. I was hoping there would be some, because it was going to be an interesting segue. The rumour I had heard, mate, that the reason why you left South was that the coffee was better at King William Road. Is that correct?
No, there's no truth in that rumour at all, mate. I thought you'd swing by Chibo's and bring some in, but being the type of bloke you are, I guess it's...
Well, mate, actually, I was going to do that. I was going to go through Mama Carmela's and pick some up, of course, from our wonderful sponsors and bring them in, Scooter. But, yeah, thought you might have organised that. But anyway, don't worry about it. On to more pressing matters, of course, mate, footy matters, that is. I'd like to start, mate, by talking about your background and how you came to the Sturt Footy Club. They tell me you herald from a place on the river that they call God's Country. So maybe if you could start from there, mate, and work your way through and tell us about how you came to be at Unley.
Yeah, no worries. I'll try not to bore you too much, mate. But, yeah, grew up in actually a little country town called Kahuna with about 1,000 people. So it was a good mate of mine, Reece Archer, who's at North. So him and I grew up together, and then, yeah, went to Echuca for through high school and played at Bendigo in the under-18 tournament. And then got, rookie listed to Sydney and was up there for 3 years being a professional trainer. Didn't play at all, so... And then, headed over, wanted to get some studies done and get stuck into that. So Adelaide was the next port of call, mate. So 3 years, I think, at South Adelaide. And then they got rid of me, so I had to try and find a club, and you blokes were unlucky enough to pick me up.
Mate, he's full of it, this guy, isn't he? Professional trainer, mate. Is that a bit like James McClay?
Yeah, a bit like Harry at the moment, big Harry O'Brien. But, I may as well just been one of the cones up there, mate. Just... stuck in the ground. Well,
mate, not anymore. Talking about being cones, mate, I wouldn't have thought that'd be the case anymore. I think there's a few Westies boys that might have been cones on the weekend. But would you suggest at the moment, mate, that you'd probably be in, close or if not career best form?
Oh, yeah, getting a couple of kicks, mate, which is always good. But if the team's winning, I don't think you care too much how individually you go. So, no, it's good to sort of float around and get a couple of kicks and play with the boys in the back line, which is actually a pretty young but stable group at the moment. So I think we just need to get McClay back and we'll be at full strength. But having Toby there is a bit of a luxury.
Now, mate, talking about that, I guess, talking to Luke coming into the last few games now, obviously he wants to sort of put our stamp on things moving towards finals. Massive game coming up, obviously, on Sunday, not just as far as a big crowd probably on show, but it's a big game for us, obviously. We need to do the business against the Bays. Have we done anything different this week or just gone about things the same old, same old?
Oh, pretty much. Probably from last time we played them at Adelaide Oval, we sat down and had a good look at where we went wrong again. And, we've put a few little processes and a few little things in place that will, hopefully enhance our game a little bit against the Bays, because they are, those guys in Centrals are the barometer, so we want to be where they are. But, we're quietly confident that we're going to go in and give it a good shake this week.
And mate, I guess I saw another article that you did for the Messenger where you spoke about your start to your career at Sturt and felt you were a little bit shaky and that sort of thing. This year, your consistency has been fantastic from my perspective anyway, my humble opinion. Now, do you put that down to anything in particular? Was it pre-season? Is it Luke Norman? Is it a combination? What do you put that down to?
Definitely wasn't pre-season because I was in South America, mate. So
thought I'd throw that in, Luke.
I just thought I'd go over there for a bit of altitude training and take my footy to the next level, so I can write that off on the tax return. No, I think it's probably the first 6 or 8 weeks when I got to Sturt, I was thrown around a little bit and on the wing, and I sort of just watched the footy go like this all day at Unley. And so I think the guys there were just going, oh, geez, what do we got here? But luckily enough, they stuck with me and found a bit of form. And once you find a bit of confidence as well, you seem to start rolling along and you find find the strengths of the other players and where they like to turn and where they like to kick it. So Normo's just carried on from probably last year's game plan and tweaked it a little bit, but it suits the way I play, and no, it's good.
100 games, mate, on Sunday. Has it snuck up on you, or has it been a long time coming?
Yeah, it has kind of snuck up a little bit. I I don't really read into that too much. Like, it's more about winning, very cliched. But anyway, yeah, I think there's about 10 quality games in that 100, so 10% of the time, it's all right.
He's a humble man, this guy, isn't he? Now, mate, talking about your mates around the club and that type of thing, obviously you know what's coming now. That we've had a chat to Josh Cubelow and we've had a chat to Paddy Fiddock. Yes,
Victor Cubelow.
That's him. I thought it was Uar, but we'll go with Victor for the time being. But I'm sure there's something in that you can tell me about after. But mate, obviously Joshy was a bit concerned that there was some talk there was a bit of a triangle going on between you, Paddy Fiddock, and him. Now he claims he's not part of any triangle. He claims that you and Paddy are the significant others of each other. Now I need you to talk to me about that, and I also need you to talk to me about the fact that I'm concerned that Paddy went and got his hair cut to look like you. Is that true?
Well, so that explains why he dyed it red. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't know about that, mate. That's a bit of a shocker, but anyway.
No, the baby giraffe in Paddy Fiddock, he's not a bad little fella, but we're trying to distance ourselves a little bit from Joshy Cubelow because he has been sneaking behind boys' backs, I think, with the female variety, so we're not really taking a liking to that, so we've got to sit him down and have a chat, I think.
So you've cut him from the herd?
Oh, we're trying to, yeah. Jace Bode's trying to pop his head up and jump into the little group, but we're just striving to be like sort of the McLean Herring of the club. Not
quite sure whether Jace is good looking enough to be in your group though, mate.
Nah, Jace is, 21 going on about 48. He's got shocking hair. It's receding. Yeah, it's not too good. Sorry, Phil, behind the camera there. But
yeah, don't know what you're talking about.
No, but who is it? Yeah, Joshy. No, we're a bit off him at the moment.
Mate. Well, there you go, Blues fans. You've heard it first on Blue Tube. There is no love triangle. It is just a couple of couples. There's the Herring-McLeay couple and the McGlone-Fiddock couple. Now, Scooter, in regards to your 100 games, you mentioned to me the other day, and I'm going to try and do this while I'm in camera. Brought along a little something for you here, mate. I need you to open this bag up for me.
This will be good, mate.
This will be good. Now, it's at the top here, mate. Now, Scooter mentioned to me at training on Monday night that...
had the other week, is it?
Yeah, it's in the bottom. Just don't get that out on camera, right? He mentioned to me the other night that he was after a bit of the Deborderly good stuff to take home and give to his parents and share with his friends. So I've spoken to Nick Guy at Deborderly, and he's given me a couple of bottles of some really good gear here for you, mate. Stuck in there. So there's also a business card there, I guess, if you need any more. But you getting that in shot there, are you, mate? Or is it in the way? Is that okay? Now,
looks a bit better like that.
Does it look any better like that, or maybe like that? Now you've got a beautiful bottle here of 2007 VAT 1, which oh, sorry, mate. VAT 1, and you've also got a magnificent bottle here of Yarra Valley Shiraz Viognier 2005 even. So Nick's gone the whole hog there, and a little book here, the Big Red Wine book. So thanks to Nick Guy. That's on behalf of Nick, he just wanted me to congratulate you for your 100, mate, and say...
I'm not there yet, but I'll hopefully get picked on Friday night.
Well, mate, if we're halfway there if you get picked, mate. Just don't go falling over at training or anything like James McLeod.
Appreciate that very much, and I'll be sure to give Nick a call and grab another dozen on the way home to Victoria. I think there's a from Victoria as well, aren't they? Yarra Valley?
Yarra Valley, mate.
Yeah, mate. So that's probably where the best wines come from.
Yeah. Anyway...
Victorian at heart.
On that note, glad we made the trek in here to Savills today to look after Scooter, and mate, congratulations on the 100. Good luck on Sunday. Hopefully we can get across the line and we can finish the year off like I know you probably want to.
Yeah, no, we'll be right, and yeah, make sure you get down there and support the boys this weekend. Muchly appreciated.
There you go, Blues fans. Get down there in numbers. Let's not be outnumbered at our own home ground. Let's give it to the Bays on Sunday. Thanks for watching Blue Tube again today, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.